Hey Ben, why are we doing this again?
For the love of the game, mate. For the love.
For the love of rugby. Coming up, I got lost 14 times, but I finally found the studio. What about that 15-woman line-out from South Africa?
What's got into the Black Ferns?
And dancing in the rain. Do England Red Roses play their best footy when the heavens open up?
That was Ruby Tui. I'm Ben Youngs, and in between us, we've got Shaunagh Brown.
And this episode is brought to you by Royal London, the founding partner of the first ever British and Irish Lions women's team. So team, what's been going on this week? Ruby, you've been in Bristol.
Bristol, nothing, everything. It's just, I've been up to everything. Like, I'm so confused what city I'm in now. But like I said, I got so lost, and this isn't Leinster, it's Leicester, I get confused.
Yep.
And there's a studio that I finally made it to. I've been to every game, I've seen every team. I'm sick of seeing some of the teammates, but I really wanted to get here. This was my end goal.
Yeah.
And after
you made it.
After every city, Brighton, London, Exeter, Bristol, Leicester, Festa, everything, I'm here.
This is our World Cup final, basically.
I'm here for it.
Ben, you've been somewhere fancy, haven't you?
Well, yeah, I got away actually. I had a little trip. So we're doing a launch last week ahead of the Prem, and then I managed to get on a plane. I flew out to Dubai for a little lunch, Emirates lunch. So yeah,
you do.
As you do.
Don't tell me it was on top of that helipad.
No. But I got out there, and I got Matt Tate, actually, former player and teammate. So he works and lives out there now. So he got me out, did a bit of speaking. It was easy, and I could have stayed out longer, but I had to get back for this. Right, I had to get back for this. So
he said,
yeah, exactly.
It's final stage.
Yeah, I haven't peaked yet. At the end of this, I've peaked, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Was the speaking as easy as the singing?
Because you smashed that singing.
Q&A speaking was a lot easier than me trying to build myself up with the vocals. So I destroyed a classic. We did the Clapham Grand live. I had to do Oasis, and
Do you know who Oasis are?
Yes. Only because they did a collab with Adidas, and then I was like, who's that? Like the biggest British band.
You got to check these things.
Yeah.
I've learned that you got to check. You can't just talk sometimes because she won't tell you. She doesn't understand. She'll just look at you. I'm like, oh yeah, cool. That's mean.
Just give you the nod of like.
There's just so many accents in this country, and you all hear them all the time. So you all just like yeah. Because it was Scotland versus England in the weekend, and the people who do the stuff that's important are from Wales. So like.
What, like the referees, you mean?
No, like they tell you where to go. They know everything with the cameras.
Yeah. Okay.
They're like important. I can't
like
name
the production team.
Yeah. Like the producers.
Like the people we have.
Really like the most important people. Like they live in Cardiff and they're based in Cardiff. Like the directors meeting, really strong Welsh accent, and I'm like. And then they're like, Ruby. And I'm like, oh, yes. Like, honestly, I don't even know what anyone's saying.
But Bristol as well, though. Bristol accent is southwest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
strong.
You guys are all just effortlessly understand it. But yeah, I've never been to a country that speaks English where I just don't understand any of the English. Like, anyway, as you were saying, I don't even know what you're talking about.
We've had a big weekend of rugby. We're leading into another big weekend of rugby. I didn't physically go to any games. I'm still not sure how I feel about that, because when you're at home, you get to watch everything, get to hear everything.
You messaged me like you were at the game. Every second.
That was quite fun. I messaged at halftime, like, 10-10.
Yeah, I know.
I got a response. She was like, nah, I'll be all right.
I'm not doing this again.
10-10, halftime. Because I was watching it on TV, I got to see Helena and Lineouts was there at the game, being superstardom girls. Ruby, do you know who Helena is?
I think she's got like one or two people that might keep up with her online.
Yeah. What about Lineouts?
Okay.
Ruby, I got to say, I was laughing the other week. What was it? Chloe Kelly came on like at half time, right? And she was talking about obviously Lionesses and all the amazing things that they've done and going back to back, winning it again. And it showed the highlight of her penalty, taking a kick and slotting it. And and you were like, oh, there's a wee goosey there or something like that. And you could see her looking like you went well over her head. And you're like, I like your approach, a bit of a goosey. And I was like, this is gold. She ain't got a clue what you're on about. But you like rolled it out well. You were just like...
She was quite,
she was good.
It was a goosey though, you're right.
She wanted to say, hold on, who the hell is this? Like, can you get her off this interview panel? But no, she was like, oh, look it up after, eh?
Yeah,
I was like, you did it, mate.
I'll show you if you want. But it's cracked me up. That did crack me up. So,
all the rugby players would have known. I
knew exactly what you're talking about. Just sort of trying to process it. And,
as if she might have been insulting her as well. Like, I'm not a goose, mate. What are you doing?
I'm not a goose. You call me a goose. It's like,
Sorry, bro. I was Kelly of the bomb.
Okay. Quarterfinals are done. We say our goodbyes to, let's remember this now, Scotland, Australia,
South Africa,
and
just Ireland.
Ireland.
It's like a little wave.
But semi-finals say hello to New Zealand Blackburns, the English Red Roses, France, and Canada. Those are teams we thought we'd see.
Yeah, I think so. I think when you saw,
I thought you was just going to finish on. Yep. Next question.
Sorry. No, I did. Myself and Coley spoke about it like in one of the episodes, and we said like you could pretty much work out who we thought was going to. I think the cool thing was that some teams actually got really tested, which actually I think sets them up nicely for this weekend. You said about obviously 10-10 New Zealand and South Africa there, which some people go, oh, that makes them a bit vulnerable. I think it's actually good. Like they've had a bit of adversity first half come out, sets them up quite nicely. Canada, New Zealand, last two games are played.
Before we go,
when I leave soon.
Before we look forward, let's go back to that 10-10. So Women Box are in their first ever quarterfinals, half-time, 10-10. Ruby, how are you feeling?
Well, remember, it was supposed to be 15-10 to South Africa, but they got done for obstruction. I think if they had had a few more tests and, a few more games with those refs, they wouldn't have made that mistake, and they would have been leading into the break. Like, I'm not just saying it, but I was completely, comfortable with that score, and I think South Africa deserved that score.
Yeah.
The reason I was comfortable is because I was watching and we hadn't even, I think our backs touched the ball twice or something, and we hadn't even started in the game. And what South Africa did really well was catch us by surprise, catch us off guard, and made us play the game we didn't want to play. But this is why so I was okay at halftime, but this is why I'm a little bit in our pool games, we didn't have any big physical games. England had Samoa, France had South Africa, Canada had Fiji, really physical. You feel, same as the men's game, you bloody feel that the day after. We didn't have any of those big physical tests. Our big physical test was South Africa. So I'm a little bit because we'll be a few more bruises, going into everyone else had it early on. They got to recover. We've had our bruises now. So I wasn't worried. But I think it was really good for us in terms of it made us have to figure out the game quicker. That was the lesson for me. Mm-hmm. I think England's already had a couple of those lessons with their starts. I don't think we were ready in terms of adapting on the fly quick enough. So that was our lesson, and I think it's perfect going into Canada because I think they're going to do something different.
Yeah, so full-time score was 46-17. So you had it in the end. And it goes back to my old saying, Ruby, I have a thing, and everyone laughs at me, but rugby is an 80-minute game. So it doesn't matter that you haven't got a good 10 in you. It doesn't matter so much often that you don't have a good first half, but if you have a good second half, then it's okay. And it is an 80-minute game, so it doesn't matter if you go in 10-10 because you're coming out 46-17. That's a successful day at the office.
Yeah, and it's reflective really of the quarterfinals because a few teams there could afford to be a little bit slow out the blocks, couldn't they? Do you know what I mean? The quality and maybe the gap in the end showed. And I think that's where this weekend, semi-final heats up because they can't afford to actually start that slowly because Canada will punish them because they are a very good team.
Yeah.
And a bit like the Red Roses, really, they've got away with it, starting a bit poorly and then run riot. But actually, there comes a point where that may bite you a little bit, especially if you're favourites and things like that, because then the burden of expectation, the game's not going how you think it is, and everything like that. So yeah, exactly. Well, you are rabbit in the headlights. You're like, oh, this is how it's supposed to go. I didn't think this wasn't planning out. I was meant to, you know what I mean? I was meant to be off at 50 and resting up, looking after my shoulders after the playing against a physical game. But it sets it up pretty nicely. But you're right. Ultimately,
80 minutes.
Come the 80 minutes, it's totally different
score.
Score, yeah, exactly.
The thing about South Africa and what I loved about their first half is I think give them 2 World Cups because it's not just fitness to me. People are like, oh, it's fitness. It's like, mate, it's like $10 million. Like there's so much more to it.
And it's time playing rugby together.
Time playing rugby, because there was a moment where, because they obviously did a 7-1 split, which is very rare, but it gives you an idea how
Very
they
South
wanted
African.
Very South African. And Black Ferns come out into the second half and they scored 2 tries on the bounce, and then they rotated their front row. If they did that earlier, and took a bit more control, could have been a different start to their half. And I just think, like, just the systems we have in the top 4 teams, like, amazing skill, France, Canada, New Zealand, England, but there's so much more to that picture, bro. Like, there's contracts, there's resources. Scotland, when they scored their final try, Rona Lloyd really deserved a try.
She was in tears.
Bro, because half of their contracts are getting cut. Their whole program is changing. So it's like, there's skill, there's pride, there's joy, and there's fitness, but give us 2 more World Cups. Scotland are going to score more tries, and South Africa are probably going to be higher than top 8.
It's almost like the legacy of the tournament will actually be determined on what does 4 years' time look like, really. Like, I think the tournament's been amazing, like it has. The engagement's been class. But almost how big a legacy and how much of a turning point this tournament is actually going to be reflective in 4 years' time.
Yeah.
And I really believe that.
So talking about South Africa being very South African, Ben.
I know what's coming.
So they did a 15-woman...
15-player lineup. Have you ever seen anything like it? I actually respect it. I've never seen anything like it. I respect it.
Did you see who went up and got the ball in the line-out? It was a halfback.
Yeah, I know, right?
Can you imagine getting lifted?
Imagine that, like, right. What won't they expect? Right, you're going up. Like, to be fair, you probably won't expect it. It's just as soon as you land, you're going to absolutely whack. I didn't sign up for that bit. I just signed up for winning the ball. Do you know what? Like, I liked it, and I'll tell you what I liked it, because again, you got to work to your strengths, and they had to do something different against the Black Ferns, and that was something that no one's ever seen before. It was sort of fitting with the South African sort of mentality. You see what obviously Razzie's done in the men's game, and in terms of how he sees things outside the box. I actually loved it, and I thought, do you know what? That is going... This is our in, or this is the way of putting the Black Ferns under pressure, and we need everyone in there. We're going to maul you and try and squeeze a pen, and then we're going to pick and go for as long as it takes to crash over, and eventually, one of our big runners is going to crash over. They did, and I actually love it, because like, why change it? Like, you know what I mean? You're not going to be able to beat them doing a different way. That was their strength. That was their point of difference. I wasn't expecting the full 15 players in there, but I love it.
Made some meters, didn't they?
Yeah, oh my gosh. Once they found the corner on the side of the ball, I was like...
As you give Black Ferns, girl, you're not seeing what's going on, girls. You've got to have to get in.
Ruby, when you're defending though, like, right, because you'd be obviously you'd be defending behind almost them all back, wouldn't you? When that thing spins around and starts charging, you thinking poof in the spokes, or you thinking no.
It was so funny, like being live at the game, and just it's just this green beehive, and the Black Ferns were still spread out, and they were like, are they going to run out? Like all the backs were like, what? That would have been me. Like,
luckily, on one of them, someone broke off the maul and actually saved them. Like, actually just stayed at the back. Do you know what I mean? It was like there was 12 players in front of her just to like bulldoze whoever's in front. Is mad.
Bulldoze it was, and it wasn't just like the maul. After the maul, like usually forwards they pick and go towards the post, and they're like, nah, we're coming for the winger. Like they just started. There was no room, and they said, poor little Rex was like, and they just kept coming, and I was going, if that was me on the wing, I would have been like, get your ass around. I would have grabbed all the back row and be like, mate, come here, and it was so like just off script, bro. They were off script, and it was amazing to watch. Like,
you would literally, I'd be screaming at my teammates. Like, does anyone want to stop that? Does someone want to stop it? Anyone? I'm not stopping it. Someone want to stop it?
Mate.
And then the other thing as well was like, even off scrums, they were setting up mauls off scrums. That do you know what I mean? A scrum is one, you'd argue, scrum is the greatest time to attack. Like, offline has a little bit different, but off scrums is the greatest time. They're like, no. Like, we know our strengths here. Like, 8 would pick, turn, form a maul. I loved it. And they were unapologetic about it, which is great.
Bro, that was the best bit. They just were like, we're coming for
this is what we're about, and we're coming for you.
And it was so funny because they lead.
I'm just sitting here.
Sorry, right?
Other games were played.
This was the funniest though. I think it's, do you know why, Shaunagh, actually? Because we're backs. We never get asked to be in the mall. We never get asked to be.
I'm not going up and winning the mall. I'm winning the line-out. I'm not setting it up.
It was like a dream come true, you know. But and because it was funny, South Africa led all the stats in like carries, dominant carries, and everyone's like, how are they leading against all these great teams? It's because they don't pass.
Yeah, I was about to say,
They just carry, bro. So they got 3 times any of us because we're all trying to pass and do moves. They're like, nah, we're just carrying straight there. Like,
quickest way from A to B is in a
within
straight
10
line.
meters of the ruck. Like nothing's actually gone wide.
no.
I loved it. And also, I've got to say, whilst you're on it, to get all those players, you know, between the 5 and the 15, that's quite a challenge as well. Like, do you know what I mean? You can't go break the 15-meter line, can you? So it's like budge up.
You're standing on each other's toes.
Exactly.
I just can't even imagine being a winger. Like, wait, no,
We're
sorry,
even getting the space. Can I come in as a forward now? Is that all right?
I see the coach setting the plan.
You need space to be able to lift the jumper.
Honestly.
So, you know, that's why they probably needed a small person.
Yeah, well,
because
it
you
would have
can't
been.
get the good, strong power stance.
It's just the coach that week would have been like, we're going to do 15 player line out and be like, okay, I can get behind that. And also when we scrum, we're going to turn around and we're going to set up a maul off that. So the forwards like, hang on a minute. No wonder they went 7-1 split. They're all exhausted.
They didn't even want that one, eh? They wanted 8 forwards on the bench, bro. Far out, man.
Anyway, there was other games. Sorry.
Can we move on? Ireland v France.
Oh, man. Sorry,
France were 13-0 down and they came back to win 18-13. They weren't great. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say France weren't great on the weekend.
It's France, isn't it? It's just what they do.
80-minute game.
Yeah, well, it is though, isn't it? It's like, hang on a minute, like, it's not going quite right. I was meant to be having a cigarette after this and a nice glass of wine. It's like, can someone just jackal that ball, right? And now in the wet, can you just pass it along, give it to our winger who's going to run the length? And it's like, and now we're done it. Okay, it's all right. So don't worry about it. Like, they're so
French.
Can you imagine coaching that? It'd be so infuriating because there's so much talent there, really, isn't there? And they play like that.
I always wonder what their training sessions are like, eh? Like,
it must be
is the coach like, not too perfect? I want to offload. I want a random kick. You know, what?
Hang on. We're training one ball. Let's put another 3 in there. Like, just start offloading it. Hang on, everyone's got to be the breakdown. But if the ball's over there, I don't care. Just play. You know what I mean?
It must be. Like, it must be crazy.
It's chaos.
It's funny because you say it's an 80-minute game. I swear they played for like 20.
Yeah.
They only played for, like, Pauline was like, okay, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. Giving Ireland hope. No, I don't want no more.
Yeah.
Like, crazy
so
game.
overall, we're not
get this game done, right? Can everyone bring it in?
I'm done. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Can we
want to
sort
play
it
this
out now?
anymore.
Yeah. All right, we'll sort it out. Let's go. We win.
Are we worried about France or no? Are we saying there's a definite top 3 teams and France, or are we saying there's a top 4 teams in the world?
This is the thing, though, with France. Imagine the 18-point performance they had for 80 minutes. If they played for 80 minutes, they could beat the Black Ferns, they could beat England. Yeah. It's just if they want to. Like, they just you don't know what they're gonna do. Like, because the Six Nations game, the final of the Six Nations, they lost England by 1 point. Honestly, it was just like they were like, oh, we're not playing, we're like, jokes, I'm gonna play, and then they'll just score amazing best tries in the Six Nations. Like, it's literally up to France. I don't think their consistency lately has been in their favour. Like, statistically, predictions, you'd obviously go England, but if France just randomly decide to turn up and go, do you know what, I'm sick of coming third 7 times, I want to be in the top 2, they actually could do it.
Yeah, well, for us even playing France, it's always, yes, we've beat them many times in a row, but you still never know. There's always that chance that they could beat you, and it doesn't matter what the statistics say. It's like, which French team are going to turn up today? At what point are they going to start playing their rugby?
What makes them so unpredictable is you don't actually know. But if this weekend all the pressure is on the Red Roses, France obviously they played in the warm-up game, didn't they? And the Red Roses ran riot against them in France.
I was like, is that a French tactic?
Yeah, so like just lure them in, and it's like, so like this weekend it's like everyone's thinking Red Roses should win, and the French just going about their business, very quiet, come out and go, right,
and wine.
We're going to click now, like we'll bring it, like it's a free swing, there's no pressure on us, offload, as you say, everything sticks, the momentum gets going. They're just...
Who was it? Oh, the USA in the opening game, they did a couple of offloads and roving work, and it penetrated the English backline. Mm-hmm. So, like, the offload game would be horrendous for England if it does stick. So England probably hope it rains.
Yeah,
I remember we had France in the semi last World Cup, and that was crazy. Like, it could have gone either way. The 2017 World Cup, I reckon if the Black Ferns had them in the semi, France would have won, just because they were so physical. I do think, though, France have this thing with the Red Roses, like, a little bit of a mental barrier. Like, there's so many times they are so close to beating them and then they just don't.
Yeah.
You know, so it's history. Is this going to be it or not?
And so the one bit we don't want to dwell on, but should mention from that France-Ireland game was the biting. French back row Axel Berthemieux, I hope that's pronounced correctly, has been banned for 12 matches after being cited post-game for the biting of Ireland's Aoife Wafer in Sunday's World Cup quarterfinals. That's the official line. But then also their captain, Manu Falou, also faces a 2-match ban, reduced down from 6 once she completes tackle school. She is appealing this, and at the time of recording, we don't know the outcome of the appeal. Fair game for the biting and the high tackle?
Yeah, we don't want that in our game.
No.
Like there's no place for that. So, yeah.
They're massive. Those bans are massive. Like, if France had a good chance before, I think this is really going to affect them, just because, especially when you're at a pinnacle event, I guess I'll take them separately. The biting,
like, don't even have the words, eh?
Do that.
Yeah.
Like, I actually could, when I remember we got told live at the BBC, and I just could not believe they did that. Like, I know you can imagine they were like, we're going to do anything it takes, and Ireland were really getting their roll on, they had to stop them, but like, please don't bite, bro. Like, I was gutted at how it happened, because you can see Aoife Wafer appeals, like she hard out appeals. And I've been in lots of situations before where you're trying to appeal to the ref, like for something really bad, but because only a ref can give a straight red, but like it's such a big call and the ref doesn't know if you're just trying to slow the game down or something. So I just feel like Aoife Wafer did the right thing, captain goes to the ref, and then the ref has to go, TMO, right now, can you check that? Because I understand why the ref doesn't sometimes take the play seriously, but you can't do that, bro. Like, you can't do that in the game. And I think just the media whirlwind that it's created, it's going to affect the French camp now. Yeah. Like, that's the other side that I guess people don't think about. Everyone's going to be talking about it. And now as a team...
that's the bit they're going to be talking about.
Bro, and now it's just going to take over so many more conversations it doesn't need to in camp as well. And then losing your captain on one of your biggest games. I think France haven't been the most consistent performance-wise, but their scorelines have been really good. They had a really nice pull run in. So this could have been a moment for them, but now they've got to go back to the drawing board with their type 5.
Yeah, there's just no place in the game for it, is it? And actually, the players went about the right way, reporting and everything like that. It's actually over the TMO. Like, that is, that's what you're there for. You've got to when you hear that on the ref mic and everything like that, you've got to flag up. You've got to try and find that. But I'm glad it's been, a ban's been done, sets a marker. Like, there's just no place in the game for that stuff.
Rightly punished. I'm really good. It was a really high ban, but like, I just feel like that could have been huge in the game. Like, imagine if France got a red.
Well, exactly.
In the game, straight red. Like, there was no need for discussion about it. It was a really close, it was just at the beginning of the second half, like really crucial for Ireland, so it's, I hope that's just stomped out.
So the other game of the quarterfinals, Canada v Australia, the final score is 41-5 to Canada. We're going to get a bit deeper into Canada in preview for their semi-finals, but thoughts in a sentence?
I think they'll be happy with the scoreline, but they left a couple of tries out there, so I think they've got more to give.
Very diplomatic. See, it's my mate. She's very diplomatic. Right, this is Ruby's favourite time of the week, Ben, where we review England.
Yeah.
She loves it.
Being a Kiwi, she'll really enjoy this segment.
England 40, Scotland 8. If I was to say to you, Ruby...
What are you going to say?
I think England play their best rugby in the rain. What do you say? Best performance of the tournament so far for England. In fact, best performance of the tournament so far. Full stop.
Do you know what? I can talk up players because I really respect lots of those players. I think Scotland were banking on England once again having a really bad start, like they had in all their pool matches. And for the first
So she's just put little digs in. There's little digs. She'll compliment us, but there's those bad starts all tournament you've had? Yeah.
Just sit tight, Sean. All swings around. We've got semi-finals this weekend, and then hopefully it might meet in the final. Then we'll
As you were, Ruby.
I guess it was good to see England, learn. And Scotland had a really good couple of tackles first 5-10 minutes. And then at like the 10-minute mark, Meg Jones, Tatiana Hurd, they were like, you know what? I'm not doing this again. I'm not going down this half an hour equal scoreline again. And it's like they almost inspired the forwards, grabbed ball, tucked, and just went boom, straight, like direct carries. And then the forwards were like, oh, yo, that's what we do. And then they just started playing England rugby, and like, man, Scotland were just like, whoa, So To be fair, it was a really great performance from the Red.
It was.
So then we had 6 tries, 4 from the forwards, 2 from the backs. As a back, generally, how do you feel about that kind of ratio?
That's good. Like it's the power game that impresses me so much. Like both sides of the ball, though, so dominant around the collision, around the defence stuff. I generally look at it and think they're a very difficult team to break down because of the set piece, because of scrum, the maul, and obviously around the tackle area. And then you have got backs when they do decide,
you have got backs.
When they decide to let it move. They've got some serious threat.
And talking of letting it move, you see that thick outline?
Yeah.
Holly Aitchison.
Great segue. Yeah, I love it.
Been working on
it. Check you out.
Holly Aitchison got her first run out at fly half. What were her differences to Zoe Harrison's game?
I think Zoe, she's very much in that machine. You can tell she does lots of conversations behind the scenes, running the show and that. But I just think Holly just has this really silky smooth skill set. You could tell that they were still getting used to running off her. A couple of flat balls went to ground. But I loved how her range, like she was hitting the crossfield kicks, then she was hitting flat. Like
early
right
on as well.
Early
and
on,
not
bro.
even penalty advantage.
It was on. Like if that, and I love that because it will count in a final. So bang it out, and the wingers need to learn when do I call this? I loved how close she took it to the line, bam, and Tatiana's running real flat at the line off her. Then she'd easily big long balls out the back, like her range and skill set, and all just silky smooth. I think she had a fantastic performance.
And you can tell that they play and train so much rugby together, because that's the bits when. That's the difference between the best teams in the world and not, because they're just tuned into each other. They don't have to, sometimes don't have to speak, don't have to look, but they know, I know Holly's moved off of this arm, so she's about to do this. So as a 12, as Tatiana heard, now is the time to move it. And that only comes from spending time with each other. So
it's even the ball over the top to Abby Dow, just that try. It looks simple because there's the space, but it's just still the execution. She's got to get over the top of one defender, doesn't break stride. Like great execution. As you said about the crossfield early on as well, just go there. She overcooks it, no bother. Yeah. And that's what I liked about her is like, and the other thing as well, for her actual try, like she's comfortable carrying through the line. Like she's, you say about playing flat and distributing everything like that. She's also happy to carry through the line. The try, she just trails in the inside ball, gets it through, carries through, try. And I like that. I think considering she had obviously the ankle injury leading into the tournament, she's almost had to sort of sit back a little bit. But my gosh, she's given John Mitchell some food for thought.
And I tell you, the thing that scares me is when Zoe came on, how well Holly and Zoe played together. I was like, damn it. Because I don't think they were there last World Cup. I kind of liked when they were on because they weren't quite there. When they came on this game, I was like, oh, God. Rolling my eyes, really great. Now we've got a great 10-12 combo. Like, cool story, bro. So, yeah, Helena Rowland was playing great off her. So I think, they've actually got really good chemistry. Damn it.
I think as well for like halfbacks, tens, and all those positions, like your outcome is your decision making. Like how often do you make the right decision? You say, and she does. And I think with the coaches you mentioned there, Shaunagh and Ruby, you'd have worked with so many good coaches. Wayne Smith obviously springs to mind, a rugby great. You obviously got to work with him at the last World Cup, but the great coaches to me are not outcome based. Like you don't get the heat from the outcome. It's like, what's the decision? Like, what is the decision? Is the decision correct? Yes. Did we get the outcome we wanted? No, but I'm not bothered about that because you're making the right calls. And as you say, she looks like someone that's just pulling the strings, making good decisions, and got the freedom and the backing to go, I'm not going to be done on outcome based. It's like, is the decision right? That's what we're judging ourselves on.
Yeah.
So you've just mentioned that.
Damn it. And it's
strength in numbers.
Kitchen or something.
Hey, but we have so much depth.
It wasn't me.
You've already mentioned her, Helena Rowland. She's a utility back, but once upon a time, utility back wouldn't have been a good thing, and you're like kind of okay at a lot of positions. Helena can slot it in at a moment's notice at any position in that back line. Had a great game on a weekend at fullback. Does she threaten Nelly Kildunn's place in the team?
I think Helena Rowland is like the key. Like, I know it's not always good to be utility because you don't start and the rest of it, but there's just, it's not like she just pops up and plays wherever you need her. She pops up and outplays, like she just has the performances of the match, like coming in at 10 after so long out to get player of the match, 27 points, world record score for England at a World Cup. That's so not easy to do. She was running at 12 really nice. I hate her at 12, to be honest. Sorry.
Yeah,
I love her at 12,
rugby.
but I hate defending her at 12 because of her kicking game. And the thing people don't see at fullback when she plays there, she shuts down so much space. Like, I actually don't want her to play full. I don't want her anywhere. I don't want Helena Rowland to play. Because she just does her job so well. She's so calm. She runs really nicely off all the other backs. I think Ali Kildown will still get the start because of Ali's attack. Statistically, it's probably like a try a game at least. But if Helena was to start, I wouldn't like it as a winger because there's nothing on. Because she's covered everything. Like, it's just sit down, Helena Rowland. Stay on the bench. We're chatting about Helena Rowland. We could for ages, but while we're on a roll, Lind, you roll some ads.
Just like rugby, running a business takes grit, hard work, and a great team behind you. And that is where Funding Circle comes in. They're backing businesses like yours with access to fast, hassle-free finance to help you thrive. From coffee shops to kit manufacturers and loads in between, whether it's a loan, asset finance, or payment tools you need, Funding Circle leverage cutting-edge technology and data to deliver fast, fair, and hassle-free financial solutions and help your business thrive. In rugby, we know the importance of the team behind the team. And in business, it's no different. We also know that it's often those in the back room that go unseen and uncelebrated. Funding Circle are proud champions of small and medium businesses and want to celebrate the team behind the team. The countless support systems who back the big players and the small businesses from the sidelines. So whether you're in business, rugby, or both, Funding Circle is a business finance provider that backs you and your business to succeed. To find out how Funding Circle can help get your business goals over the line, visit fundingcircle.com/rugby. The first ever British and Irish Lions women's tour is happening in 2027. Ruby, where will the tour be taking place?
Wow, Shaunagh, I'm glad you asked. It's in Aotearoa, New Zealand.
Whoa, what a treat. Any good there? Just a yes or no?
Mate, the Kai's a bit better than you, I'll tell you that. Fish and chips are a bit better.
Right. Fun fact, our podcast sponsor, Royal London, are the founding partners of that team.
Wow.
I know, you're welcome. Throughout this World Cup, we've been keeping an eye on our potential stars who might be in the running to get themselves on the plane for that tour. So, people, today we're going to be looking at the front five, which I know is your speciality.
I'm very qualified.
I mean, they win us the ball.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't really want too much to do with them.
So which front five players do we think might put themselves in a red jersey in 2 years' time? So can you name any front five players?
It's a serious question. I know you watch them real closely, but I think
you don't have to pretend to answer.
No, I really love how she's been playing is it
Linda Zhugang?
Yeah, Linda Zhugang.
Did you like? I knew what you was going to say because of the way your mouth went. I could see Zhugang.
You knew, yeah.
Close.
I think. Yeah, I don't know. She's popped up, and I'm like, whoa.
She does bend over and push really well,
and carries like quite well as well.
She carries well, and
she
scores. She scores. Yeah. Oh yes, she scores. Okay, can you name any other props?
Maud. Obviously.
Nice.
Maud.
Nice.
Maybe just pick a load of Mauds. It's like Clona. Just like, there you go.
Do you know what? I know one because she runs like a winger. Sarah Byrne.
Yeah.
Like when she breaks, bro, I'm like, how dare you step better than us? She's amazing.
Can I take you back to Ireland and go Niamh Jones?
Oh, yeah.
She is incredible over the ball. Sometimes when I watch her play for her club as well, you just watch her and she just gets on with her business. She sort of wanders around, like with purpose, of course, not Shaunagh wander around. But she's like, oh, I'll get that ball, thank you. Gets turnover. Has a little wander. Oh, I'll have that ball, turnover. So yes, as a scrummaging hooker, as a line-out thrower-inner hooker, but also around the park. Yeah, I'm a Niamh Jones fan.
I'm going to go Clifford, actually, who had a stormer at the weekend, like powering over. And I thought she was class. I just saw her, like Mo Hunt got out, just sort of sat down that defender. She's coming straight up the guts, clean through. And I was like, I love that.
Kelsey Clifford is a try scorer.
And she's young, she's like 20 or 21 or something, I think.
She just scores.
She was amazing.
She comes on the pitch and scores tries. Every time she touches the ball, no matter where on the pitch she is, I think, oh, she'll score.
Yeah, things happen.
She'll start something and then she'll finish it off and she'll score at the end.
Man, front
Can we go
rows.
second row? I'm going to put Sarah Bonner's hat in the ring. Scottish, Harlequin, second row. Can also play a bit of back row, but she's like a lifeblood of the team, especially as a line-out caller. She brings so much calm no matter what chaos is going around. Like I've played with Bonner, and she literally, if someone comes up to her panicked, she literally goes, just calm down. It's okay. And you just need that somebody on the pitch no matter what's going on to bring it all back in. So yeah, I'm going to go Sarah Bonner.
I've got a solution too, because on the episode you talk about the back row, you're going to be full. What's her name? Your captain?
Zoe Aldcroft.
Zoe Aldcroft can do all things. I'd actually chuck her in at a lock, grab her as a lock to free up some space for the back row, but not, she's an amazing 6 and she's just as physical, but man, her and Telling together, it's like ×2 of Superwoman.
And they're both Northerners.
Oh, is that why they're crazy?
We spoke about that before. Just hard Northerners.
That's crazy good.
In your engine room. Right, we can't finish this discussion about front 5 without speaking about Cecilia Tupulotu.
Yeah, get in there. Paddy's niece, yeah. Nah, she's really cool. So I digress, but when I met her, because I've been telling you guys, you got 1,000 different accents in this country, and when I met her Welsh accent was so strong, and I've never heard an Islander with an accent like that. And I was like, bro, I think it was the last World Cup, we were chatting. She was like, hey, bro. And I was like, hey, bro. And she was looking at me like, what? And I was like, bro, your accent's crazy. And she was like, I don't have an accent. And I was like, mate, you have an accent. Like, so yeah, Tongan playing for Wales, like, mate, how could she not be in your starting lineup?
And I was going to say, her ability on pitch is unreal. She's, I would put like Sarah Byrne sort of type of tight head. She's big carrier. She's aggressive. She's young as well, and she'll just head down and go. And she's a person like, just give me the ball. Like, I don't care what's going on in the game. Just give me the ball. I'll settle everybody down. Give me the ball. I'm going to score some tries as well.
I can imagine she'd be a massive like protector in the team, like take all the hits for the team, and like low key, why not she squats? Like, her squatting her bench must be out of this world. Hey, like, far out.
She back squatting or front squatting? What do you reckon?
Probably just like one up. Next.
Such a bad... What is that? Anywho.
That's a rogue technique you got there.
Yeah, like 200
Tell you what, though, literally, it doesn't matter who they pick, but the biggest challenge, I think, is going to be for the team is can they get cohesive in a short period of time, isn't it? That's going to be, because like you start rattling out these names, like they're all ball carriers, like jackal threats, and like they're phenomenal athletes. The biggest thing for them is can they unite as a team in time when they've been so often almost playing against each other? Can they actually unite
real quick?
And that's going to be the thing.
It's crazy too, because on that they're kind of like pioneers of this. So like if they focus on cohesion, that will be the legacy of the British Isles women's. Like, or if they, if they're just going for results or going for this, they could miss a couple of really massive memories. And definitely last time the British and Irish Lions came to New Zealand, I remember that was down in Vegas, Rotorua in New Zealand, and just the culture of that touring squad and the touring supporters was like next level. Like everything they did, I was like, wow, like, they really have a lot of culture, and it was really beautiful. So man, exciting for the women of this region.
So the bar's been set for culture and cohesion in the men's team. Now it's time for the women to do their own thing, bring it all together.
Imagine if they had like a haka or a waita or something.
Can't wait. So let's take a look at a preview semi-final. The first one, New Zealand, Canada. World number 2 versus world number 3, a juicy one. Ruby.
Very juicy, yeah. I think everyone thinks this is like the semi, they don't know what's going to happen. Mate, the Black Ferns are going to get up 100%. But it's not going to be easy. And I think...
I love the... Sorry,
can we
record
this
or something and play it back next week?
Everyone in this country right now is like, oh, yep, sweet. The other semi, England's easy win. The Black Ferns versus Canada, I don't know what's going to go on. I reckon it's the other way around. But, that's just me. I think Canada really are ready for the test. And it's been crazy couple of years between us. Like 3 times ago we won. 2 times ago they won. The last time we had a draw.
Right at the end as well, for both teams, to be fair. For both teams.
So, it's a really, really interesting dynamic in relationship between us. Yeah. They deservedly have the number 2 spot in world rankings at the moment. Man, it's going to be real interesting. Canada have really started playing with this offload, all forwards having really nice silky smooth skills at the moment. But if New Zealand defence can come through and shut that down, I think that we will send Canada back to the drawing board. Yeah. I don't think that's their only weapon, but I think this is going to be a massive tactical game. It's going to be a tactics game.
Ben, what do you think the key battlegrounds are going to be?
Well, I think Canada have got hell of athletes in the forwards, and I think, given the fact that what South Africa did, and they went for that tight game in terms of the damage they did around the ruck,
and it worked.
Worked. I think that's probably given them a little bit of an inkling there. The first 2 tries from Canada were absolute worldies, by the way. Like, talk about getting off to a flyer in a quarter final. Like, do you know what I mean? That first try, but then the second one, as you just mentioned, Ruby, like the actual distribution, like the number of forwards that got that touch. Okay, I think it was a bouncing ball or someone nearly intercepted it. There was a bit of a loose one in it, but the catch pass was unbelievable. And Sophie De Goede.
So we're a little fan club.
Mega. No, I am as well. She is mega. Insane. Because like she can she's goal kicking, she's doing all sorts of stuff, winning in the line out, mauling, brawling, hitting rucks, carrying, tipping, passing, Jackling. I don't know.
Scoring.
Yeah. The goat, her name is.
Yeah, I like that one.
I honestly, like, fanboy here. Like, she is class.
Her as the human cheat code.
Yeah, well, she got the ball. I think it was led to another try. Yeah. She was literally involved in all of them. Obviously, the counter attack, she was involved in that. She distributed it, but she comes around the corner. She's like, it's all full steam ahead. They're like trying to line her up. And she's like, nah, just tip, just right decision. Like, and you think she's got subtleties to her game.
So good,
and proper athlete.
It's like basketball ones.
Yeah, like this, I just thought I've been super impressed with her.
And do you think Canada are good enough to win the World Cup?
In all seriousness, I think that Black Ferns have an incredible record in World Cups. Like it's unbelievable. And I think the one thing that Canada have got is there's going to be a bit of a belief that maybe they haven't had maybe in the past, but given the last 2 results they've had against the Black Ferns, that's important. Like from my knowledge of whenever I played against a New Zealand team, having that actual genuine belief that you can beat them is a total different thing to a hope. Oh, I hope that we can do it. Oh, I hope that, that we, absolutely hit our best and maybe they're a little bit off. That's a totally different mindset to go, actually, we've played them a number of times. We've beaten them. Last game, then we had drawn, and actually, they scored right to death. The Black Ferns did, and sure, they missed the kick, but they, what I mean? There's the psychological part, which I think is so important when it gets to semi-finals or finals. So therefore, I think Canada have already overcome that psychological thing. And then it's just about bringing it right. But it's Friday Night Lights. How good, pressure, consequences, drama. Like, we have it all. Like, let's bring it on. Like, like for me, it doesn't matter like who wins and loses. I just know these 2 teams are going to produce a hell of a game on Friday night.
It's a day for the neutral.
It is though, isn't it? Like, how good. Like, I get to sit there and enjoy it. Ruby, you get to stand there, and endure it. Exactly. Yeah. So look, if Ruby's obviously going to back the Black Ferns, and rightly so, she should. I'll back Canada just for the sake of the podcast. I'll back Canada, but I think we're in for a treat. And how good Friday nights, there'll be so many eyes on it, and rightly so. It's going to be class.
And Ruby, do you think New Zealand have a starting 15 now, and even a 23, or do you think there's still going to be some changes around? Do you even have that depth?
Wow. Okay. Bit of heat in the room, fam. Look, every English supporter I think is going to be back in Canada. I think.
No, can I say for the record?
I love she's creating this narrative that the world's against them.
England don't want to play us.
For the record, I think New Zealand will beat Canada on Friday night.
Okay, thank you. It's 1 out of 16 million.
You're welcome.
Look, the Black Ferns have been through a journey themselves this year, and I think just that last quarter, they've finally got their starting 15. It's taken a long time, and the Pac 4 team's completely different to their World Cup team. I think, I'm really grateful we've got Rohei Dement as our captain in 10, and she's been the 10 this whole time. She knows every play in and out, really crucial. I think Renee Holmes has really had to do some work and put her hand up, and now finally has that 15 jersey, because it was Braxton Sorensen McGee's the whole first part of the year. Portia Woodman obviously stamped her mark. The midfield has had drama over the last couple of weeks, just with Sylvia Brunt's HIA. Setefano went off injured last game as well, who's the backup. But I think they've finally... Ashley Tianga, when she came on, fire. She was number 23.
Did she score at the end?
She definitely scored.
There was a centre that came on, and excuse me because I can't recall the name, but she came on and it was off a scrum, right-hand side scrum, and she went up the guts.
KV.
Someone, I think,
off an offload.
She was like a wrecking ball.
That was Van or the other one.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
So I thought it was like, Sonny Bill was out there just bumbling people out of the way. Like, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, she was the starting winger for the whole beginning of the year.
Right, got you.
And then Portia's come back, and so it's I think we do have the depth, bruh. I think we've got amazing depth in this team. Even the front, I'm really looking forward to seeing their starting lineup because from 1 to 15, so many people have put their hand up and been quality players, but obviously there's only 15 spots. So I think we more than have the depth. I think we're just coming into our stride. The Canada counter-attack worries me. I think Canada have really good counter-attack at the moment. We're obviously going for territory this World Cup. I think our kicking meters are the highest out of any team, which is actually different for us, and I'm really proud of that.
Yeah.
So Canada's counters kind of our kick chase is going to have to be really on, but no, we've got everything we need.
Okay,
got everything we need.
I think New Zealand's ability to still catch, pass, find space, hold your feet. Because the try, was it Baker, the number 8 that scores her try?
Olsen Baker, yeah.
Yeah, and it comes off a kick and they get in behind it. But then just the ability to control their feet, catch, pass, the handling and all that, they're still so clinical. Jorja Miller, for me, she has been she's everywhere.
Day.
She's everywhere. You look at not the I'd say biggest in stature, but you see the blonde hair, and she is just wherever the ball is, she is there. She's not far away. Whether that's defensively, whether that's attacking, last pass, getting an offload and chasing and putting someone away. I don't know. Let's say I'm going to back Canada just for the sake of the podcast. I'm going to go different because write New Zealand off at your peril.
I see it as those are differences between people and countries who play rugby. It's in the blood.
They make it look easy, right?
Yeah,
and it's not.
And those when you get the ball away, and Renee did it on the weekend as well. You've got the pressure of a defender right there, and yet you can still get the ball away to your winger. Try scored.
The wingers, we always get the highlights package and we always get the views, but it's Stacey in the middle, it's Holmes in the middle.
It's the ability to just move it quickly.
I wish we could show people at home how hard that is to do. And they're not little humans screaming at you, it's gonna hurt, but she still takes the hit of the defender so the defender cannot push off onto the winger and perfectly puts it in front of somebody sprinting at pace. It's such an underrated skill. Most underrated move in rugby is 2-on-1 draw and pass. 100%. And New Zealand do it so well.
100%. It just looks so easy, but it's so far from easy. You got someone trying to snot you coming out of the line. Do you know what I mean? And the ability to have patience. And I think one of them just literally caught and pivot, didn't even move forward, and then the next one put the pace on it. And I just think don't underestimate. You alluded to it, listeners, viewers, do not underestimate the skill and the mental discipline to catch, pass and execute that skill. It's a class.
God, what a treat.
I'll talk about them more.
I can't wait.
Yeah, we've moved way past that. How much more? We're a lot more enthusiastic about the catch, pass distribution than the ball, aren't we?
We talked about England for longer. But no, I'm super excited for that game.
Saturday's game.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's another game this weekend.
Yes, there's always more than one game. England versus France, semi-final on Saturday at Ashton Gate again. Are England just going to run riot over France?
I don't know if they'll run riot. The consequences of England loss here would be huge. And I think that's probably the only thing that may stand in the way of the Red Roses. I'm not saying it will, but that burden of expectation, that pressure, they've been able to, and rightly so, because just the way it is, and they've enjoyed themselves, and it's been awesome to see. But I think you can sometimes tell, when they turn up and see the footage come off the bus, what's the vibe going to be like? Are they going to be laser focused, or are they going to be a bit more like we have seen them, where they can afford to be a bit more relaxed? And there's nothing wrong with that. But I think that, can they have be relaxed going to this game? Can they just back their systems, their style, or if anything, the French, if they come out and there's a little bit of a free swing, we've mentioned about the French, you never really know. But if it does stick and they are going after it and they're a bit well, it doesn't really matter if it comes off, if it doesn't, and they do start sticking, they throw it and the next one sticks and they get a little bit of a lead. It's just whether England have that mentality to go, they've done the 31 games now as well.
Yeah,
it's everything.
16 wins. You don't just lose. France,
this loss, you lose the record, you lose the World Cup and everything like that. So it's just that, John Mitchell's got a job this week in terms of just getting that tone right, where you're super focused, but it's not putting you on eggshells and you're not nervous on the back of it. In fact, you're excited. I think I hear this. I don't know whether it's true, Ruby. You'll know. There's a lot of chatter, maybe like within New Zealand rugby and their psychology of like walking towards the pressure. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that's probably what the Red Rose need to do this weekend. Is like walk towards that opportunity. I think the Red Rose will benefit from a really tough game because they need to be battle hardened. Because if they come out and beat the French, which I believe they will, I almost want it to be a game where it was tense and all that, so they've experienced it then heading into the
And
to
you
the
need, I think sometimes England suffer from, they're not punished for the mistakes that they make on pitch and they just recover from it. But when you play France, you get punished for every single mistake. So yeah, completely agree with you, Ben. They need a tough game. They need someone to punish them every time that they do one thing wrong, which will set them up even better for the final.
Yeah, and like going back to the last World Cup, we had France in the semi-final and literally won just because of a kick was missed. And after that game, like nothing that happened in that final against England fazed us because we were just like, you know what? I've seen crazier things, you know, like, so you're 100% right. It's not just battle hardened physically. It's like mentally, you need to know that no matter what happens, it ain't over till it's over. And I'm doing everything I can for 80, 90 minutes, whatever it takes. Like I 100% agree. Psychologically, they need a good game from France. I don't like doing this, but I've got to give the Red Roses some kudos because I've been to a few games. I've been to quite a lot of games this World Cup. I want to say most, but I'm losing track of the days. The very first game in Sunderland, England versus USA, England did something that I really rated, and they've done it every single game since. After the full time, they do a full lap as a team of the entire field. And I've always rated that. Like I used to try to get the girls to do it in sevens, but get distracted easy, but they do it every single game. And what's actually happened is other teams have all followed suit and they've all copied. And I just think giving back to the audience and you say, Shaunagh, embracing the celebration that is this World Cup here, the opportunity to change the women's game forever, they are embracing it and they're giving back to their supporters. And I rate that so much. And pains me to say it, but I got to commend Red Roses on how they've kind of held themselves, conducted themselves, and I hope the semi is going to be really cool.
Yeah. Ben, you've been coached by John Mitchell in a World Cup semi-final.
Wow, that's buzzy stuff.
What's he like?
Mitch, he'll definitely help with like bringing the relaxed tone. Like he's been there, he's seen it all, he's done it, he's had great times within World Cups, he's had really tough times within World Cups, and all that obviously shapes you in terms of the knowledge that you get from those experiences. So, he won't be phased by what's happening this week. Again, he's a guy that will be enjoying this, and this is why he took the job. This is, he saw the opportunity and everything like that, and a chance to inspire. And I think just on regardless of what happens, I think they've inspired. Everyone is inspired already. Like you see, like you talked about the South African team, and what that's going to do for them in 4 years' time. The Samoan team, Fijian team, and getting their win, and what that was like against Wales, and just all these sort of like the tournament already is inspired, and the Red Rose and everything like that. So I think Mitch will kind of be very much like business. This is how we're going to win. This is what it looks like. This is how we're going to do it, while still bringing that sort of relaxed tone. Because you got to get the balance right, and he's someone that can do that. Before we give our match predictions, we'd just like to take a minute to speak about our sponsors, Mitsibishu Electric, proud sponsors of Rugby World Cup, and take a minute to highlight work they're doing with their campaign Parallel Potential. Every year, rugby loses out on many promising young female players. In a sport that's still growing, financial rewards and job security can be a gamble, forcing lots of women to face incredibly tough decisions about whether they can carry on their sporting careers. Shaunagh, Ruby, men's game has been professional for longer than the women's game, and the PWR, which is the highest professional level that we have in this country. But still, a lot of women have to work alongside that. And am I right in saying that you two have done some jobs along the way, or done some random jobs? I'm not quite sure. So why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, I can do it in order. Lifeguard, I feel like everyone's a lifeguard. Do you have a lifeguard?
I can't even swim, but I was a lifeguard yet.
Nothing bad happened under my watch.
Okay, lifeguard. And then I was a British Gas installation engineer. Oh, and then I went to become a firefighter, and then a commercial diver, and then a professional rugby player.
Firefighters, tip my hat to you.
Yeah, I've done a few, but like the main thing for me was I've always had something else, and that's really helped me, because no matter what happens on the rugby pitch or in sport, because I was doing my athletics before that, no matter what happens in training, no matter what happens on the competition on the weekend, because I used to be the spoiled brat who's like, I had a rubbish competition and then just throw my whole weekend out. Like, I learned to mature from that because I had a job to go and do afterwards. Like, nobody cares what I did yesterday or how far I threw in the hammer throw or if I dropped a few balls in rugby training, because the next day I've got another job to do. So yeah, I've done a few, learnt loads from both, but it's communication was the key. It was just about bringing people with me, making sure that they're on the journey. I hate saying it, but I say it so often. I know it's disgusting. No, but bringing people with me. And so people buy into it. And it gets to a point where people then offer, so the colleagues that I'm working with, they offer to help. They're like, oh, Shaunagh, I saw that you're working a Saturday in 2 months' time, but I know you normally play on a Saturday. Do you want to swap? I'm like, oh, like that's incredible because people understand me and who I am as a person. And that helps because, you know, I put it all out there. Ruby?
Yeah, look, I don't have a PWI contract yet. Still waiting.
Harlequins, is it?
Any quins, anything.
Yeah, any quins. Oh, you said it, any quins.
Any quins, any quins, any
I
quids.
don't even know what yeah, Harlequins, no. I loved having something else to focus on and growing your holistic sense of life. And it's funny, there's a famous league team down where I'm from, and for their pre-season, all the players hate it, but it teaches them not only how to be the fittest of their life, but how to appreciate their job. And for 14 days straight, they have to work a 40-hour trade job on top of every single training session. And they dread it, and you know, and I feel the exact same thing they feel at the end of it, which is I'm so grateful for my rugby. Like, I'm so grateful that I can go to this rugby field, feel free. You know, I feel like the white line on a rugby field is the ultimate equalizer. It doesn't matter where you come from, how much you have, it's what do you bring on that field. And so my whole career I've had this huge unexplainable sense of gratitude when I enter their rugby field because of everything you got to deal with. You know, you got to be leaders in your family, you got to deal with all the stuff. I get to my rugby, man, it's just like, it's literally like heaven on earth. It's just everything beautiful and great. Even when you lose, it's like I lost with my team, you know, like, and nobody's like in super danger because we've got a firefighter here, but you know, like, the world's not going to end if I lose on this rugby field, but man, I'm going to feel good if we win. Like, let's have a good jam at this. So it's, just a huge holistic sense of gratitude that I've been blessed with, working alongside and having other things off the pitch. It's absolutely made me a better player.
Well, amazing insights. Thank you very much. As supporters of women in rugby and official partners of the Women's Rugby World Cup, Mitsibishu Electric are looking to create opportunities for young women to thrive both on and off the pitch.
Ruby, you know what's coming next. You keep munching on that microphone. I'll give you a moment. Match predictions, please, for both games.
I'm dreadful at predictions. My history on the podcast suggests
so
that I'm
your
awful.
Excuses in early, like that.
But no, I'm gonna go for Canada. I think they're just gonna scrape it. Going to be a hell of a game on Friday, and then I'm going to go for the Red Roses, and I hope it's a real tough game for them because I think that will set them up nicely for what will be
Can I get a
brilliant
scoreline?
finish.
Can I get
you got a scoreline as well?
Please, just...
Oh my goodness. Well, it's only the last two times New Zealand and Canada have played, they've drawn, and then I think it was 3-point gap. So I'm going to go...
I just need some numbers, Ben. I just need some numbers.
I'm like you. I hate these numbers.
I'm going to go 28-26. 28-26 to Canada.
And then England, France?
I'm going to go 34-17.
Okay, nice. Ruby, please. Just a few numbers. Don't need the thought process.
I hope France win, but I think England will win by 20. Be better for the Red Roses if it's close, but I think last 20 minutes they'll get a few tries. So England by 20. Yeah, Black Ferns by 100 million. Black Ferns by 7+.
Okay, yeah, I'll take it. I'm gonna go Black Ferns by 12.
Get in there.
But last minute, it's gonna be squeaky bum time for about 70. That's what we say.
What?
And then, we can score tries in semi-finals, and Black Ferns will by 12. England, I'm just gonna go England by 20. I'm going to go England by 20. Yeah, it's pretty similar. I just spent too much time with you, eh? That's what's going on.
It'll be close for a bit that way.
Yeah.
The France England.
Also, I keep saying A at the end of sentences.
Hey.
A. Yeah, it's weird. And next I'll be saying mean. Yo, that's mean. Right, me and Ruby will be back for our semi-final review on Sunday.
I'll be back on Monday with Anthony Watson as we preview the start of the Prem season.
New Zealand versus Canada, Friday, 7 p.m. England versus France, Saturday, 3:30. We will see you there.
Woo!
Bye! This episode was brought to you by Royal London, the founding partner of the first ever British and Irish Lions women's team. Until next time.
For the love of rugby.
If you want to drop us a line, get involved with our socials.
Just search for @LoveOfRugby. And if you've listened to all our episodes and need another podcast, go and find Joe Marler's Things People Do.
See you next time.